Today, I will be presenting my paper titled Factors Influencing Poor Performance in Mathematics among Lower Secondary Students in Kuantan, Malaysia by using Analytic Hierarchy Process Method. This will be my presentation outlines starting from introduction, problem statement and objective, literature review, methodology, results and discussion, and lastly, conclusion. Starting with introduction, Carl Friedrich Gauss stated that mathematics is the queen of science because it is a fundamental tool to understand science as a whole. Furthermore, in Malaysia, mathematics is one of the core subjects in the national syllabus, and it plays a crucial role in producing future science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, which is STEM, professionals. Moving forward with the problem statement and objective of this study. The performance of high school students in mathematics remains below expectation. The SPM examination results showed that mathematics has the highest failure rate compared to another four subjects. In this figure, the SPM examination results analysis report displayed that 25.5% students failed in mathematics in SPM 2021, followed by 24.3% in 2022, 23.2% in 2023, and finally 22.4% in 2024. Previous studies have also revealed that mathematics performance among students is unsatisfactory. Jafar and Matt found that almost half of Form 4 students in Kuantan Felda High Schools failed their mid-year mathematics examination. On top of that, Fauzi and Osman discovered that 11.6% students failed their mathematics final year examination, and the majority of them received lower grades on the subject. Due to this, it is important to address this issue, especially at the early stage of students' education journey. Thus, this case study objective will be to identify and analyze the main factors that affecting the lower secondary students' performance towards mathematics subject in Kuantan City in Malaysia by using the AHP method. Now, we will be moving on to the literature review. The literature review consists of previous studies regarding the factors affecting students' performance in mathematics and the usage of AHP method in education. The factors comprises of self-concept, parental support, teachers' teachings, practice exercises, syllabus implementation, technology usage, and finally, peer influence. All of them shows that their positive implementation resulted in good performance in mathematics achievement. Next, the AHP method in education has also been demonstrated by previous studies. It has been used in evaluating the criteria of admission for PhD program in mathematics and also enhancing the teaching quality of mathematics education in higher education sector. Overall, this shows that AHP method is one of the important tools in managing the education, and this study will use AHP method in determining the main factors in mathematics performance. The next section will be the methodology of this case study. This study used a quantitative research design with survey approach to collect the data. The sample of data comprises of 100 lower secondary students in Kuantan high schools. The students were the ones who joined a program held by STEM Association, thus a purposive sampling is used. The sample is chosen because it meets the time and accessibility constraints. A structured questionnaire that has been developed has been used in this study, and for the data analysis, two softwares have been selected, which are Excel spreadsheet and Superdecisions. The AHP hierarchy proposed in this study is as in the figure presented, which is our goal is to identify the prioritization of the factors that affect the student's achievement in mathematics. Each of them will be paired uniquely. According to Sakti, the founder of AHP method, a scale of numbers is needed to make the comparisons effectively. This scale determines how many times more important one criterion over another. So this is the fundamental scale of absolute numbers that has been developed by Sakti, which comprises of scales 1 until 9. To calculate the priority weights, the pairwise comparison matrices must be normalized first in order to convert the data into the dimensionless forms. This enables the comparison to be made. Then the priority weights are calculated by averaging each row of the normalized pairwise comparison matrices. The closer the priority weight is to the scale of 1.0, the higher its relative importance. However, before concluding the result, the priority weights must undergo consistency checks to prevent the randomness or biased results. Sakti proposed the consistency index as the consistency measurement. He then proposed the consistency ratio, which is consistency index divided by random index. If the value of consistency ratio is less than 0.1, the priority weight is acceptable. However, if it is more than 0.1, the pairwise comparison must be re-evaluated. The next session will be discussing about the results and discussion of this study. The figure shows the result of the pairwise comparison of the matrix. The red one indicates that the column elements are important than the row elements, while the blue one indicates vice versa. The values shown here indicate how much important the element is compared to another element. For our result, this study shows that teachers and parents are the most influential factors, followed by practice exercises and peer influence as a second driver. Lastly, syllabus implementation, technology usage, and self-concept. Notice that the value of inconsistency is less than 0.1, which is 0.01356. Thus, the judgments are fair and not random. Hence, we can accept this result. These are the results ranking, which shows the highest contributing factor, which is teachers' influence, comprises of around 20.2%, followed by parental support, around 19.9%, practice exercises, 15.4%, peer influence, 14%, syllabus implementation, 10.8%, technology usage, 10%, and lastly, self-concept, which is 9.7%. For the discussions, teachers play the most important role in students' achievements in mathematics. Teaching methods have a significant impact on nurturing students' interest and understanding. Thus, a suitable teaching method is needed with accordance to students' specific needs. Besides, teachers also need to have good pedagogical skills and effective strategies in managing their classroom environment. Next is the parental support. A good support system, especially from significant individuals, will make students feel emotionally secure and trusted. Thus, they have the driven needs in heightening their motivation and interest in mathematics, which can lead to excellent performance. Moreover, a mutual commitment to education between family and institution is crucial, as it can help students' learning journey become much easier. While teachers and parents provide the framework, practice exercises and peer influence act as secondary drivers. Mathematics is a subject that requires depth in understanding. Thus, repetitive exposure to practices and problem solving enable the students to become more familiar with mathematical concepts. This can strengthen their basic understanding of the subject. While peer influence suggests that students are more prone to be influenced by people of their own age, especially in teenage phase. Thus, positive peer relationship may give a positive impact to them in mathematics achievement. Meanwhile, The other factors that are ranked lower compared to the first four are possibly due to the perception of students towards them as background factors. We came to the conclusion of this study. So, to conclude the case study, authoritative figures, which are teachers and parents in this case study, play an important role in shaping students' learning achievement, especially from their early age. And also, an early intervention is crucial since their habits are often formed early, rather than waiting until they advance their study journeys where it is difficult to change their mindset. Teachers and parents are also encouraged to foster an excellent partnership. By bridging the gap between home and school, students' learning environments will be both consistent and supportive. Hence, their achievement in mathematics is not only reached, but sustained at a higher level. With that, my presentation comes to an end. Thank you, everyone.